let's just mute all this a second. Let's turn down this volume. Let's put it on to about 10. Hey guys, how's it going? Windchurcher here, back again with another. Today we're going to be experiencing some lag. Alright guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at some new spicy loadouts that I have designed. First one's up was a Bulletstorm Jonesy loadout that, in my personal opinion, is really good. And I'm going to turn down the volume in a second, the voice, because the dialogue volume is too loud for me. Alright, so I have created some spicy loadouts using a hero that has been dead for a very long time, and that hero is Bulletstorm Jonesy. Now here's a Season 3 soldier from the Neon Storm event, I believe is what it was called. No, not was it Neon Storm? I believe so. He's a very spicy hero. He's very powerful now with his Warcry buff. They've made him pretty useful in terms now. They have nerfed a lot of things, they have buffed a lot of things, they've made a lot of changes, they've redesigned a lot of things, and you know, I like to go over some of the things that they've changed, and I like looking at these old heroes that were once terrible and now look at them with a completely different point of view. Now there were a lot of skins that were aesthetically pleasing, meaning they looked really good, but their perks were absolutely useless. Mainly the old survivalist heroes and other things like that were now, back then, ridiculously useless. Some of the worst heroes in the entire game, same as ninjas. Some of the worst class in the entire game has now rebooted itself and is now probably one of the best classes in the entire game. Side by, like, not saying it is, but like on side to that, there are a lot of very, very good and useful loadouts that you guys can actually go ahead and choose. And I'll show you some of my custom builds that I have gone ahead and like made myself, that in my personal opinion are ridiculously overpowered. I mean, this loadout kind of speaks for itself in terms of how strong it is. I mean, it melts everything. The hover turret now does a ridiculous amount of damage once again. They have made a lot of things different and they have changed a lot of things, but it's all for the best, I guess. If you guys go ahead, I'll recommend watching Tori X's YouTube video. He has designed a broken loadout which gives you infinite Warcry. That's right, infinite Warcry, meaning that your Warcry will never run out, as you must grab a mythic character from Candy Valley, which I have not got yet, which allows you to constantly keep increasing the Warcry duration per kills with the minigun. So basically, minigun Warcry is it like infinite Warcry something, I don't know, and you get an increased movement boost and whatever else. But with the Bulletstorm Jonesy build that I've gone with, I'm not sure if I can show you the build here. I can't actually show you right now, but once I finish this mission in the next 5 minutes, I will go ahead and show you guys the build. This build is really good, and I have pulled out a lot of heroes that were once deemed useless, and now they have some pretty useful perks. Urban Assault still being one of the best heroes in the entire game, if not the best for Soldier, as he has a perk that allows you to increase your damage as you reload and increase your fire rate, which was once a perk that was left on First Shot Rio, which is now available to Urban Assault, which has obviously a massive grab choice from Skull Trooper, Headhunter, Sledgehammer, and I believe the female one, Skull Ranger, or whatever her name is. You know what I'm on about. There's 4 different Urban Assault heroes that you guys can choose from for the skins. I believe they all have the same perk. I'm not too sure if they're different. They might be different. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on what I've said, but they may or may not be different. Now, as you can tell, guys, I'm using a physical weapon against elemental husks, and it is absolutely shredding them, which is one thing I must say about this perk I have on my gun here. You see this red swirl I have at the end of the gun? That increases my weapon damage, and I'm not sure what I've done to grab that perk, but for some reason it just makes it incredibly powerful. It's that 47,000 crit on that enemy there. Now, I didn't crit build this guy right here with the perks. I just went ahead and decided to just make it all damage, reload, things like that. Make it all about like just getting all that sheer damage out. And it is really good. It does work out really well, especially with the Warcry boost. I believe it just one-taps pretty much everything. It is incredibly powerful. Now, I believe there are some really broken builds you can make with pistols and sniper rifles and other things like that using the new mythic heroes that are out in the store currently right now. So if you guys haven't got those yet, I highly recommend you guys going and grabbing those heroes, as they are really good. Now, I am trying to grind out for the new heroes so I can see what type of perks those guys hold. But I believe now you can actually like you can do a lot of different things now, especially with your constructor classes and other things like that. You can make them very unique, very different, very new, and just overall very useful, as to before, where a lot of soldiers and a lot of constructors were really bad. Same with, well, every hero. Ninjas were probably never really touched in the community, as they weren't really that good in terms of how much health they had, and now you can actually go out into the storm in one of these zones and take literally no damage due to life leech buffs. It's honestly ridiculous of what Epic have done, and obviously they are probably most likely going to be releasing a patch to like just to clear up all of these bugs and like just sweep everything up and try to make the game more smoother, because right now everything is very unbalanced and incredibly too powerful. Maybe they increase the number of enemies that fight you, maybe increase the health of the enemies that attack you, introduce some more new enemies. That would be a really good idea, Epic. I mean, you can get a perk on a soldier where it increases the next 2 shots fired by 100% increased critical hit chance. Now if you increase that with the critical hit damage, I believe it's like a 50 something increased boost, you're going to be seeing some really high numbers. Now I want to go ahead and show you guys that with my Skull Trooper set after this mission, as the crits with the Vindertech Pulsar or the Lynx do incredibly insane amounts of damage. Obviously the Buzz Cut as well, but that's a semi-auto. But it's more with the burst assault rifles in this game, have an incredibly fast, well, incredibly high damaging set, and also with the fire rate boost, have an incredibly fast fire rate. Yeah, I've never seen a Vindertech Pulsar fire so fast in my life. Honestly, I don't know if what I decided to put on my Vindertech Pulsar, my 58 Pulsar. I haven't even put fire rate on it. It's just incredibly powerful and incredibly fast, especially with the Warcry. It may need magazine size, as this thing literally shreds through ammunition, and it is one of the nicest looking weapons in the game. So I mean, obviously if you guys haven't got any Vindertech weapons currently, I highly recommend you guys going ahead and getting them now, because they are in the core game, and obviously people are kind of seeking them out. Hey OC, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining, man. I really appreciate it. How are you doing? Are you having a good day? I believe this is for killing enemies, where it increases damage. So killing an enemy with full health, you get an increased damage boost, and then once I've killed an enemy, I then get an even bigger increased damage boost, which I haven't really seen. I mean, look at the range against that mist monster right there, against this candy corn. I haven't been in the stream in a long time. I know. I've seen you around that recently, man. Obviously, hopefully guys, I will be streaming Save the World a bit more for you guys, as I've got the same feeling as when I first started the game, so I'm really getting into it. It feels like a completely new game. It feels like I'm playing something a lot better than when it was first released. I don't know, it feels like with this new system in mind, they've just decided to make it a lot better. It just feels like an overall a much better game now. I know there's still a lot of recoil on a lot of these guns, and you can get reduced recoil and increased stability and other things like that, but you know, what's the point? We're not gonna 100% the mission, but you know, that's all right. Okay, so gonna get out of this mission now, show you a few builds I've designed. A lot of them are quite broken, but I've not gone to the buggy path of where they are game breaking, in terms of I want to keep everything legit, and I want to make sure it's stuff that everyone can obtain, and it's not just due to an entire army of 130s, because I know a lot of you don't have an entire array of 130s at your disposal where you guys can just go ahead and just give yourselves everything, because I know now you guys have probably been rewarded with a lot of evolution, a lot of hero perking, you don't know what to do with it, and also the free tickets to get any hero out of the collection book you desire. And I'm here to show you guys what you guys should be getting and why you should be getting them, and overall what builds you guys should be going for. You have about 10 tickets to use on whatever soldiers you desire, or heroes in general, what you desire. So depending on what builds you guys want me to, if you want to see, then I'll let you know, and you guys can go ahead and decide whether or not you agree with me, whether or not you like the build or not, and we can just go from there and see if you guys got anything. So if you want to tell me anything, or you want to talk about anything, let me know, and I can help you as best as I can. I want to be getting my Vindertech Pulsar to 130, maybe god roll it, maybe recycle another 130 that I won't be missing anytime soon, and get that to god rolls and see what that turns out to be like, because I've played with a lot of all blue rolled Vindertech Pulsars in the past, and they are very strong. Just the bad thing about them is they drain ammo really quickly, so obviously that magazine size or the reload speed, it really helps out. But I believe in the Vindertech Pulsar's case, you just need a lot. That 72,000 is not bad for that mission. Welcome back, man. So if there's anything you would like to see, let me know and I'll show you the best I can on build. So with my first build, well, this is my 5th build. With my Bulletstorm Jonesy build, he has a perk called Startup Plus, which every shot increases range weapon damage by 2% and the fire rate by 1.2%, up to a maximum of 25 stacks. So you're going to be seeing about 50% extra damage stacked onto your weapons, as well as around a 27, 28-ish, like I'll say about a 30% fire rate boost as well, which is really good. Also, other than that, that is every shot fired as well. So if you're using an LMG or a drum roll, drum rolls could be extremely powerful now due to fire rate buffs. It's really interesting. I want to test that out. I've also got Primitive Strike in my first slot, which increases the damage by 6.5% against full health enemies. So obviously, if you see any enemies with full health, you get an increased damage when you start shooting those enemies. 6.5% boost. I don't really know what else I could be going for with that perk. There are a lot of nice ones, but I don't want to be running Outlanders that don't help out in my support team at all. We've got Fight or Flight right here, so it increases the war cry, weapon damage and movement speed, which is nice, gives you an 8.5% weapon boost, well, damage boost obviously as well, stacks onto war cry, which is quite nice. We've got the assault critical hit damage boost, which increases it by 75%. We've also got the after reloading increases weapon damage by 15% for 5 seconds, which is quite nice to have. So if you're reloading, it increases your weapon damage, which is really nice as well. We've then got something called Mad Tidings, which every shot fired increases 1 stack of Holiday Spirit, right? Which increases your weapon damage by 1%. I know it decreases your weapon stability, but when you're using a stable weapon like a burst, so like the Vintech Pulsar, or let's say, I'm not sure, let's say the Lynx or something like that. Burst weapons, mainly semi-autos, things like that, are always very stable. The drum roll, this is a perk you don't want if you're going for a drum roll build. This is mainly aiming on your bursts and your very stable weapons. Obviously, mechanical, you've seen it going all over the place due to the stability nerf, but you know what? It ties it all out. Then we have explosive rounds in the bottom, which I've had on since, you know, the beginning of time. I've always gone with explosive rounds as it's just causes an explosion, which just arcs and just kills a bunch of enemies, which is really good. We've also got here, like, I mean, I could probably change the assault crit damage to something else, but I believe that's pretty nice for Bulletstorm Josie as of right now. I want to go ahead and just show you some other builds I've got going on around here, which do work out really nice. So this is my Outlander build, and I've tried to go with a bit of a farming build as well as a bit of a damage boost build as well, as I'm not too sure on what I want to go with here. So, I mean, they've now redesigned the phase shift. So if you guys don't know, if you're wondering where phase shift has disappeared off to, if you go ahead and look at the perks, it is now the pickaxe heavy attack, so it's quite interesting to see that now you phase shift is not phase shift, sorry, I mean anti-material punch or anti-material charge is now like a perk that's just part of your pickaxe, which is quite nice. I've then got Long Arm of the Law, which increases the anti-material charge range by 1 tile, so you're going to be traveling a little further. It's not as good as the OG Striker AC, but you know they had to nerf it, so I mean I don't blame Epic there. Return to Sender, where obviously it gives you the Ragnarok buff on the seismic punch, which is really nice, seismic smash even, which is really nice to have because it just returns it back, deals more damage, you know, that kind of thing. Decreases obviously the energy cost right here. Just wanted to keep these two a little bit good because seismic smash is an ability that a lot of people use a lot of the time, and it is very powerful, so you know it is a nice thing to have. We then got fragment generation, so every time you kill 39 enemies you're getting a charge fragment, which will obviously allow you to place down your shock tower with Recon Scout AC, which is quite nice to have as well. We've then got the startup, which every shot increases range weapon damage by 1%, which is obviously a nice little soldier perk from Bulletstorm Jonesy right there, and lock and reloading, which increases the weapon damage. Moving on to our constructor class, I've gone with a heavy base Kyle build. I know a lot of people have gone with mega base Kyle builds, and I know that I've not built it the best. I'm gonna change this actually. I'm not a massive fan of it. I mean, Feel the Base Plus is really nice, but you know, I believe that we could do a little bit better here. So I want to go ahead and get mega base Kyle, as he is probably one of the best constructors in the entire game now. There we go, because it increases that base connectivity. We can then have here supercharged traps, which is really good, which increases the damage of traps affected by 8.5%, which is a really nice perk to have, and I'm not going to change that because that is a really good team perk to have. So now I'm going to just go ahead and dump on a bunch of construction perks. So here we've got power modulation, which structures affected by base and healed, which is a really nice one to have on there as well. We've then got Frozen Castle, which snares targets, which obviously makes them stunned and they can't move, allowing the traps to do more damage to them. We've then here got the field of base, which obviously I always go with on my base, as it just causes that explosion when enemies die in the build, and it just, you know, arcs out and just kills a bunch of enemies. Not really bothered with Rosie. I know they've given all constructors Rosie now, I believe. Well, the majority of them have now got Rosie, which I'm not too bothered about, as the base is now a trap, so you could just place it like a trap. I'm going to look at some other constructors I actually own here that I haven't leveled up. So we've got electrified floors, which is a really good perk to have as well, as it just deals extra damage whilst they're walking in the base. Now, this is just going to be an entirely offensive build for the base, and it's unique, different, so, you know, I really do like the way this is going here. Already got that one down. Let's see. I'm not really sure. I don't think I have any more really good construction ones around here. I might need to go and take out a constructor and see what I can do. Oh yeah, allies standing on structures affected by a base heal. So, you know, that's a really good one to have as well. It just heals your allies. That's a really nice one to have. I'm going to go and get these guys to maxed out. See what I can do with this one here, and yeah, I mean, that's a really nice build to have. Obviously, if you're going for traps and things, it's a really good build to have. Let me just go ahead and turn the comments off a second. There we go. It is a really nice build to have, and I do really recommend you guys going ahead and using this build. I mean, I know I've just made it off just what I have, but what I have is probably the best stuff in the game, and you guys can obviously get it all for free right now, depending. Obviously, you only have 10 tickets to get any hero you want. Use them wisely. Don't waste them on heroes that you might think look cool but don't have a good perk. I know all perks are useful in some way now, but they will probably rebalance it, and there are obviously better perks out there that you guys can choose and use that will actually make it a much better time for you. Like, honestly, there are some things that you guys can get now which will incredibly break your game for the better, but will also royally piss off a lot of other players because of how overpowered you are. If they had this balance change back in Fortnite, I guarantee everyone would have the power level 120, whatever it was, banner, due to a lot of the broken builds you can have now. Especially the infinite Warcry boost, which is just insane. You do so much damage with it, it's ridiculous. Again, Tory X, I highly recommend you guys watching his videos. Subscribe to his channel, he's a great YouTuber. He makes a lot of great content for Save the World. I've been watching him for a very long time. He is great, I love him, like, his channel so much. So, I mean, a lot of these things here. Well, they changed his name to Warden Kyle. Why would you do that? Anyway, Blitz and Base Kyle will always be in my heart. I'm just gonna max him out. So what is he like? He's like a German Santa Claus. He's got that little German hat on, you know, from Yuletide Raider, or whatever his name is, Yuletide Ranger from Battle Royale. So he actually gets a pretty decent back bling now as well. I don't know if he had a nice back bling before. I don't think he did. Super stoked with what they've done with the game, honestly. I feel like I'm playing Fortnite so much more now than what I was before. I'm even playing Battle Royale, which I just never really touched before in the past. But because they've changed it all, it just seems like a really fun game. It feels like I'm playing Donkey Kong Battle Royale for some reason, due to the cannons. I know in Donkey Kong you fire out of barrels, but it's the same aspect where you spin around and you start flying across the map, and it's just really nice. I know, it's really nice, but it's just, I don't know. It's a nice touch, Epic, thank you. Right, there we go. So, I mean, that's a nice constructor class right there. 200,000 health is pretty decent. So now we're going to take a look at my Carbide class. Now, Carbide has always been a really awesome hero. I do enjoy using him a lot. We've got the explosive rounds. Again, I always use that. We've got the increased left and right damage right there. We've got after reload increased weapon damage. We've then got the assault crit buff. I want to go with the assault crit buff instead of explosive rounds this time. I'm going to go change. See, this is confusing now. It's not enough slots, Epic. Right, so I might change the lefty and righty buff to the I want the critical one. So if I can find the crit one, the increased crit. Increased shotgun, shot, startup, assassination. Can I scroll down a little bit past these guys and see if there's any more down here? Unless it was Carbide's buff. I don't believe it was, because Carbide just deals energy damage with weapons. There's the one with the, oh yeah, I have both the crits already. I don't know what I'm doing. And then obviously we've got Skull Trooper right here. So the explosive rounds, first assault, increased critical damage. We then got Mad Tidings and Starter. Maybe if there's another damage boost to make him so good. We've got the cost bomb assassination. We've got the power impact, short fuse, ammo recovery, which is not really useful there. This movement speed. It's not really anything I'm looking for there. Maybe I need to get some more of these support team perks, because yeah, but what I've got right now with what I have is really good. The stuff I've got going on right now is really good, really useful. I do recommend you guys using it. It is really interesting. Thank you, Epic, obviously, for doing this. Where's my Vintech Pulsar? Ah, there we go. Vintech Pulsar, one of my favourite guns in the game. I want to go ahead and max this thing out. I don't know if I'll have enough, but hopefully I do. 47? I might have enough. I have enough. There we go. We have a power level 130 Vintech Pulsar. Awesome. I've wanted one of these guns for an extremely long time, and now I have one. I feel really good. Vintech Pulsar being one of my favourite guns in the entire game ever. I've never really spoken about it, due because I don't have it and I can't review it for you guys, but now I do have it. I'll get into God Rolls, max it out, see what it is like for you guys. It is one of my favourite guns in the entire game. I highly recommend you guys copping it. If I see anyone in my streams or anyone on my channel using a Vintech Pulsar, we will have a conversation. And I will probably give you some stuff, or I'll probably trade my pulsar for your pulsar. So roll your pulsars differently to mine, and maybe I'll trade. So, I mean, I haven't got any epic perk up or anything like that, and I don't want to get rid of any of the guns I have here just because they are really good. And obviously you can't get these guns anymore, so I don't want to remove them. Obviously you can't get the Hemlock anymore, so I can't remove that. And also it's a very strong gun. I know you can get the Hydras now, but the Hydra, again, very powerful. I have kept a load of really powerful weapons, and I can't really get rid of anything currently, due because of how powerful they are. The Dam Buster, I don't even really touch that gun anymore. It is a weapon I would probably get rid of and put there, but then also I have got other weapons I am building as well, mainly the drum roll and other things. And you know me, I don't get rid of my weapons that often. I have got rid of weapons in the past, like my Bobcat, Obliterated, things like that. Because I just didn't enjoy them. But then I realised the rarity, because it was during season 5 when they had the birthday llamas, and I recycled my links, and they gave me another one, and exact same perks, and I just thought to myself, there's no point in getting rid of it. So I put it in the collection, but pulled it out in like season 6. It actually was really requested a lot from people to get a FAMAS. So, you know, it's here, guys. Obviously, if any of you guys would like a FAMAS, it is a full crit build versus assault rifle. What's that? 305% crit damage and 31.5% critical hit chance, which is really nice to have on a weapon. I mean, it is really nice. Obviously, the Dragon's Roar, I did God Roll back last season, which I got rid of, I believe, my Siege Breaker or something to God Roll it. Again, it's got the old perk set on it. It's just a weapon I really love the design of, and I'm just gonna keep it. I'm always gonna keep these guns. My 130 guns are my favourite guns in the game. Pain Train, I love the gun to bits. Nocturno, I love the gun. It's an amazing gun. Obviously, I got rid of my Siege Breaker because I have a Nocturno. Hemlock, again, it is like, I love the look of it when it first came out, but now I'm not a massive fan. But again, I love the gun to bits, the way it works, the way it plays. The Jacko launcher may be really useless, but I love the gun. Like, I love the effect of the gun. You may never see me use the Jacko launcher ever again, but it's always going to be there because I love the gun. I know you can't get rid of the schematic, but if you could, it's never going to go. The Gravedigger, I loved it to bits. I know everyone loves the Gravedigger, and now it is pretty. It's not one of the best. It's not one of the best guns in the game anymore, due to, well, mainly because of the new reperk system on the later guns. But a lot of these older guns are, I love them because of how amazing and unique they are. Wraith, amazing weapon. When I first saw this gun come out, I was so excited. A suppressed scar that works completely differently. Slow firing assault rifles in this game are amazing. Argon Assault is a gun I love. I love all my weapons. All these weapons are unique and amazing, and I'm never going to get rid of them. They are all really good in their own way. I favourite everything I get because I don't want to get rid of it by accident. I mean, even this gun, which is terrible, I love the design of it, I love the way it plays, but I just hate the little amounts of damage it gives off. Obviously, all these old Vinatech weapons I have now are no longer worth anything. A lot of my old weapons are now becoming, like, coming into the game, which obviously you guys can now go ahead and get yourselves, because, yeah, I mean, it's there for you guys. Epic put them there for everyone to obtain. Obviously, the people who played before have got them from the past, but you guys can now get them, which is really awesome. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in the collection book. I mean, I don't necessarily need it, but you know, it's nice to keep your guns. Like, I have 3 Stalwart Squires down here, as I may need to boost it at some point. I mean, the snare perk on it is pretty nice. The water snare on Stalwart's quite nice. Like, a lot of these weapons I'm never going to get rid of. No matter what they are, I'm always going to keep keeping these weapons. They are very nice. But, I mean, yeah, anyway, I'm getting a bit off topic now. I'm at my 130. Very broke. That's unlucky, man. If you do want anything, man, if you've got the materials, let me know. I can get you in. And if you want me to craft you anything, down tier craft it for the power level you are, the materials you own, I can do that for you. But I have got a lot of weapons, and a lot of my subs do know I do have a lot of weapons, and yeah. But I'm just going to look in the collection book a sec. There are some more heroes I want to test out. Support Specialist Hawk. I wonder, what have you got? Decreases Warcry energy cost, right? Banshee, what have you got? Grants 25% actual weapon damage, 25.5%. Movement speed. Yeah, it's the Fight or Flight. I've already got her, so I've already got that perk, so she's a bit useless to me. Grand Spitfire's got the decrease going commando. Rescue Trooper Ramirez, what have you got on us? Increases weapon assault damage by 50%. I think I've already got the assault damage perk, so that's a bit useless for me there. I might be able to keep the materials. It's fine, man. Again, the Gravedigger isn't one of the best guns in the game anymore, but it's still a good assault rifle, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't put it in a very good, extremely good class. I'd probably, if there was a tier between, like, let's say good to, like, broken, I would say it's, like, out of 10, I would say it's about a 5 or 6. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 on how good it is. There are so many more guns that Epic have released that just destroy the Gravedigger in its listing. It's still, yeah, it's a tricky one. Increase going commando duration by 20 seconds. Oh, I've got the MGR already. Shock Trooper, what have you got? Yeah. Urban Assault, obviously, amazing. Each headshot increases headshot damage. So she's got a different one to Skull Trooper. Okay. Each headshot increases headshot damage by 4%, fire rate by 9%. Oh, she's going to have to come out. Free to unslot. She's coming out. Hang on, so what have they done with Skull Trooper? I didn't even notice this. He's just called Skull Trooper. He's a class to himself. Great. Awesome. I can make my Skull Trooper class even more broken. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and favourite you and max you out. Anyway, if there's not that sure, any guns you want, mate, let me know and I'll tell you if I've got them or not, and can get them to you if you do want them. Okay, so obviously now ninjas are OP, and so are Outlanders, and well, Outlanders are probably the weakest link out of all the classes now. Constructors are extremely good. Soldiers, again, incredibly good. But like, ninjas are now, they've gone from being the worst class to like probably the second best. I would say, if I was to list from the worst to the best, I would go Outlander, Constructor, Ninja, Soldier. I mean, Constructor, I don't know, I would side by side Ninja and Constructor. I would always place Constructor above Ninja because of I don't like ninjas, but I can't face the fact that ninjas are now incredibly broken due to all of the perks that they've got. And same with soldiers. So, they've changed this game completely, it's insane. Right, there we go, we have a level 50 UAH right here. Okay, so if I go to my hero loadout for my Skull Trooper, I'm going to go and change my... I'm not sure. So startup right here has got the... You're going to show me the perks? You're gonna show me? No. Okay. I don't know why it's not showing me. It's annoying. So this is the after reloading. Increases the critical hit chance by 100%, which is quite nice. But I wonder. I love the explosive rounds. Mad Tidings maybe, if I can get with the Make It Rain, because each headshot increases headshot damage by 4% for 2 seconds up to a maximum 5 stacks. You're going to have Urban Assault in slot 1. Again, really good, but I can't be doing that to my Urban Assault. I looked at the plus, but not the actual Make It Rain perk at the top. Yeah, it just increases the headshot damage. So, Urban Assault no longer the best soldier in the game. Each headshot increases headshot damage by 4% and fire rate by 9% for 2 seconds. See, if you're playing Urban Assault, still amazing. Why would you do this to me, game? So do you still have to pay V-Bucks to unslot these things? Yeah. It's just heroes. Alright, that's fine. They've made Stare Down Southeast. Why have they changed their names? Anyway, they've made them pretty good, where Teddy now fires lasers from his eyes, which is quite interesting. Which is quite cool, actually. 4-leaf Wildcat, what have you got? Grenades, Generation Plus. Alright, Highland Warrior, Wildcat. So these are grenade perks, really. And then, yeah, grenade perks all round. What have we got ourselves here? Chris is Sniper. So, goes from a shotgun specialist to a sniper specialist. Miss Bunny Penny has got decreases plasma pulse costing right there. What's the love range you got on us? Increases shockwave radius by 112%. That's gonna be a big shockwave. I haven't got these guys yet. But Fallen Love Ranger Jonesy, yeah, his perk's not the best. Eliminations restore 6 energy over 3 seconds. Yeah, it's probably not the best perk in the world. Might be really good though. Demolisher, frag grenades, explode. Order card we've already got. I want to just keep an eye on the soldiers. Good jolly present arms. Ooh. Eliminated enemies have a 15% chance to drop a present. Presents grant a buff lasting 8 seconds, which can be 8.5% movement speed, 6.5% damage, or 21.6% energy of time. That's really interesting. Eliminated enemies have a 15% chance. But if you're maining her, the buffs are going to be incredible. That's 64.8 damage boost, and it's energy. So you can now double stack a sniper with water affliction as well as having it fire, and it will deal both types of damage. And this one gives you energy damage. This is screwing with my head so much. The Fortnite meta heroes are just really good now. They've done too much. So, Chromium Ramirez has got reloads with an empty magazine are 50% faster and regenerate 13.5% with your shield. That's nice. That's nice. Instead of it just being increased reload speed, that is nice. What happens if you main her? Sorry, I didn't look. Oh, that is if you main her. If you don't main her, it's just yeah, 13.5% faster. Reloads with an empty magazine will generate. Oh, so you have to main her to have the increased reload speed. Yeah, well, I don't like the skins, so I wouldn't main her. Boomstick's a nice one to have though. Shout out Tears. What's Double Agent got on her now? Air pistol elimination decreased cooldown left and right by 5 seconds. It's nice. Yeah, sniper damage. Again, not a massive fan. Pretty much all the heroes that were in the same class as before are now different, and there are only a couple or a few that are in the same class still. So it's really mind-boggling to see all of this stuff change. If you main her, the next 6 shots have increased critical threats. So that's 2 bursts with a pulsar. She is going to be Vindertech Pulsar God. Oh my god, she's going to be burst assault rifle Jesus. And a pulsar only can shoot about it can shoot about, what, has 8, like, I don't even know how many shots, 6 bursts or something in it before you have to reload. So 2 of those bursts, it can have 100% critical chance. Why would they do this? But, I mean, yeah, it's nice, I guess. I wonder, I have all of these weapons, so I think I have all of them apart from the axe, which I'm never really bothered about. Could you get a pulsar with a highly unique perk that you've never seen before in a different weapon? Like one of the really old ones, like increased damage while aiming or something. I don't think that would work on that though. The hydraulic weapons, again, always really good, but could you get a Hydra with a different perk? I'm going to go and research a Hydra real quick, and that is mainly because I want one with headshot elimination causes explosion. Yeah, it seems to always come with the same perks, so that's really annoying to see that the Hydra will always come with headshot eliminations cause explosion. Those are the exact same perks I saw when I first bought the Hydra. So the Hydra, is it locked to having headshots cause an explosion? Because that's really annoying to see that the Hydra is locked into having a certain perk. Yeah, I wish they changed that. I really do, because I really like the gun, but I wanted a frictional snare on it. Can't do much about it now, but yeah, it would be nice to see them make a change. Hang on, where are the scavenger melee weapons? Oh, they're... Wait, it says crystal scavenger weapons. Oh, it's all in the same list. So they cut it down. Ah, I thought they were split. Ah, okay. I didn't notice that for a hot second. I just thought they were all one the same. If I recommend any of these to you, I'd recommend the Pulsar and the Disintegrator. Sorry, yeah, the Disintegrator. Right. I recommend the Disintegrator. I do want a purple Vindertech Pulse Rifle, just because of the the OG stamp on it, where no one had the gold one, and flux wasn't a thing back then, so everyone had the purple one, or you couldn't flux it up because of how rare it was or how old it was. Blazer is not the best. Burst is not the best. The Sniper's okay. I mean, it's not the best gun in the game, but I mean, it's nice to use. It's very loud. I want to go jump into another game in a second. How much expensive is it for a 130 Vindertech Pulsar? 8 Sunbeam. See, I can live with that. I know it costs the batteries, but I can live with the Sunbeam. Sunbeam pricing on that, 8, can live. 3 off, so it's nice to use. And obviously, if you recycle it before it breaks, there's 1 more, so it's 7. There's a 7 costing. I always look at it before you recycle it. Oh, that's a 7 costing. Obviously, it does use the batteries, which are everywhere, so I'm not really that fussed. Anyway, I'm gonna go jump into some more missions. We're gonna end the stream here, guys, but make sure you guys drop a like if you do want to see some builds or ask me for any builds you recommend. I'll test those out. But thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.